everyone. Welcome back to Finding Your Worth. This is your host, Charity Carter. I just want to say thanks to everyone who has listened to my first 3 episodes. And I know I keep coming back to that and saying thank you, but I really just want to really be real in that. And I really am thankful to all the listeners who have listened to it faithfully. It really means a lot to me. So thank you for everyone who has already done that. Today, I just want to dedicate this episode to my favorite seniors. This last weekend was kind of hard for me because I got to watch a lot of my family play in their last high school basketball game, and it was sad for me, and I can't even imagine what it felt like for them, but it really just like made me think like everything really has an end and it must come to an end whether we like it or not. Like you have different seasons of life that you're going to go through, and high school is one of those, and then college is another season, and whatever other seasons that God is going to bring you, like each of those seasons, eventually will come to an end, whether it's you're working at this place for a super long time, or your high school career, or your college career, or whatever it is. Like everything, has an end to it. And so I really just want to dedicate this to those seniors because they're my family and they have my heart in a lot of ways, and I love them tremendously. And so I really just want to dedicate to this episode, sorry, to them, and just encourage them in a few things that I've learned in my very small season of high school and kind of college days. So shout out to all the seniors. Um, but to the ones that I've really grown to love and a lot over the last few years are my brother Isaiah, which he also goes by Z or Iggs. I call him Iggs, but everyone else calls him Z. So my brother Z or Iggs, um, Ryan, which is his best friend, Cameron, and then Johnny. And those seniors are like those are my favorite. I love them. They're amazing young men. And so honestly, like I've grown up with Ryan and Isaiah basically my whole life. They're best friends, and the relationship between them makes me like so just thankful like to God that he really has everything under control, and he knows exactly what we need, and he knows who we need as that best friend, and he knows who we need in those certain circumstances and situations. And I'm just super super thankful that Ryan is Isaiah's best friend, and that Isaiah is Ryan's best friend, and that blesses me in so many ways, and I love that. So yeah, I've basically grown up with Ryan, and he's amazing. He's my non-biological son. But yeah, he's great. And then Johnny and Cam I've known for probably quite a while, but they're also amazing young men, and I love them to death, and they're just oh, sorry guys, I'm kind of tired, so I'm like yawning over here. But they're amazing, and I love them to pieces. And so, yeah, so guys, I just want to dedicate this podcast to you because you guys rock. And I love to see the relationship and the closeness between you. And honestly, like, I look at you guys and I think you guys are so mature. Like, for a lot of young men that are older than you guys are far more like mature and like ready for things that most people would say like you're way too young for. And I look at the way you guys treat other people. I look at the way that you're diligent in school and work, and the way you're diligent and the way you love Jesus, and the ways you're not afraid to stand up to things that aren't right. And I watch that, and it makes me like so proud as a sister, um to just watch you guys like become the person that God created you to be. And I just get super overwhelmed and teary about it, and because it just amazes me to see how close you guys are and how much you really, 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 truly, truly love each other and you want the best for each other and you guys are best buds, and that blesses my heart. And I think a lot of it kind of blesses my heart too because in high school I didn't have that closeness with the girls that were on my volleyball team or in high school in general. Like we were close, but we weren't close like you guys. And so I sometimes get envious because I'm like, oh, I wish I had that in high school. And I wish I had that closeness and the opportunity and the ability to share things in my heart that are scary or to talk about real life situations or just whatever. Like, I didn't have that to share with people. And so when I look at you guys and I see the way you interact and I see the conversations you have, some of them very immature, but it's okay, and others very mature. And it amazes me to just see like that it really is true. The verse in the Bible that talks about not looking down on the young because they're young, but like they actually have a lot of wisdom and stature and so with you guys I just encourage you, like, first and foremost, seek the Lord in everything that you do, whether it's college or you're not going to college and you're just going to work, or you're going to college, or whatever it is. Like, just seek God in everything and he's going to bring you to the place where you need to be. And so, like, seek him, pray, read your word, like, talk to other people, talk to mentors, like, just seek him always first. um I will definitely say, like, from my experience, after you leave high school, it's kind of a little interesting and a little weird. Not everyone in high school you're going to stay friends with. Um, but there are the people that are closest to you that will most likely, I mean, I'm only a little bit older than you guys, but looking back, like, there's only two people from high school that I'm still super, super close with. Everyone else, I don't talk to them. and and that can be hard for sure. That can be hard to leave something that's really great and you're close with everyone and you're friends with everyone and you all do things together, and then to leave high school and to not have that, or to kind of talk to them a little bit after high school, but then high school's, you move on in the fall and you start classes and whatever, and you look back 4 years later and you're like, oh my gosh, like, me and that person never speak to each other ever. And so it can be weird, and I mean, boys are a little easier um, with girls, like emotion and stuff like that. And so guys, I feel like, seem to deal with losing friendships or um, like going separate ways a little better than women can. Um, but still, in that, I feel like there will be moments and times that you might think that, like, dang, I lost everyone. But I really just encourage you guys, like, the people that you want to stay in contact with, or the people that you're like, this is my best friend, or these 7 people are my favorites, or whatever it is, like, you have to make that conscious effort of pursuing them and pursuing that relationship further and foremost, because it's not gonna, especially with everyone going their own ways, people going to college, people not going to college, people going out of state, people doing other things in college, and like, you're not gonna be as close compared to, when you have practice 4 times a week and you're doing this and this week together, and you're all together all the time basically. It's gonna change for sure, which change can be a very good thing. but at the same time, you're not always going to since you're not always going to be with each other, like you have to make that effort of I want to reach out to this person. Like this person's my friend, like I want to be friends with them for forever. And so I have to make that effort of I need to text them or I need to call them or depending on where they're at school, like I'll drive 6 hours to go see them, or I'll drive a few hours to go see them, or whatever. And like I said, I know guys in relationship with each other seem to be totally okay with that distance, and it might not affect them as much as like women. Like for me, I feel like when I don't speak to people on a regular basis, like it's not that I'm not friends with them, but it's just like if I'm not talking to them like monthly or sometimes even weekly, I feel like distant from them and I feel what's the word? Yeah, I just kind of feel distant and feel like we're not really growing in our friendship and our relationship. But I feel like with guys, it's a lot more like, oh, like you do your thing, I'll do my thing. Like, yeah, we'll text each other every once in a while, but it's not like a huge thing. Like, I don't need to be talking to you every day, which is cool. I wish I could be a lot like that. But I definitely just encourage like keep in contact with each other. Like, keep in contact with each other, love on each other, be, what am I trying to say? Sorry. Yeah, just be in contact with each other and like make that an effort to like pursue that relationship further outside of high school because there are going to be things in college and in this next season of life that are going to be hard and you guys have been there for each other all throughout high school and so use this opportunity to be there for each other all throughout college. And I mean, my thing is like I really want you all to stay friends like forever and I want you guys not to get married all at the same time, but to be just close with each other and like your kids one day will hang out with each other and your kids one day will play on the same sports team together and do all those things that you guys got to do in high school and experience the same closeness and love that you guys had in high school that your kids will then get to experience in high school with your kids' friends and all of that. And so I really just encourage you guys in that aspect to just seek the Lord first and foremost in everything that you do, and then to just stay in pursuit of one another, no matter where you go, whether it's out of state or you stay in state or you're not in college or you're just working or whatever it is, to just continue to seek and pursue the relationships because God will ultimately direct and keep those friendships, but you can't just sit there and do nothing and say, like, oh, well, God's going to do the rest. Like, you have to put in the work. And so I just really encourage you to do that and to just be real with one another and be there for one another when you all go off to college or do your own thing. And yeah, so this is a really short podcast. It's basically like 15 minutes, and I'm running out of words to say because I'm just so overwhelmed with who these boys are and the love that they have for another and the love that they have for Christ. And it blows me away to the point where I'm like, all I can say is I love you. And I really do. I love you boys so much. And I want the best for your lives. And I want you guys to do amazing things for Jesus. And yeah, I really do. I want amazing things for your life. And I pray and hope that you guys will stay friends forever. And I pray that you will do things that will further God's kingdom and that will share the love of Jesus everywhere you guys go. So, again, super short podcast dedicated to my seniors, to all the seniors, but I called out the first four names in the beginning. And yeah, I love you guys very much. And I hope you guys listen to this, even if you don't. It's only 16 minutes, so hopefully you can do that. But if not, that's cool too. But I love you guys a lot, and I'm praying for you guys.